There's not a day that's gone by in the past 4 years that I don't acknowledge that because of what I choose to do, I might lose my life today. That's a reality. Now, I could let that freak me out. I could let that make me scared. Or I could say, I got good friends, people that believe in me. And I'm just going to keep going full throttle until I can't go no more.
What it is, ho, what's up?
The past few years, the media has been really hectic with a lot of stories coming out about things taking place decades ago in the industry. A lot of stuff that doesn't fly today were considered very normal. And now that time has passed, a lot of people are being exposed. Jaguar Wright has been one of the exposers. Many people know her from the interviews that she's been doing for the past few years. Because she has had ties and was part of the industry, she has stories and insight that have now come out to be true. She's not afraid to name names and call out people. Because a lot of child stars and industry A-listers have eventually gone crazy and started using drugs, they eventually start speaking out about the things that happened to them. A lot of people believe Jaguar because it doesn't sound too far-fetched from the Hollywood story. The other side to this is that a lot of people think she over-exaggerates her stories and doesn't really know what she's talking about. They don't think she's credible because her time in the industry was short and majority of the new generation don't know who she really is. A lot of people have the same questions. Who is Jaguar Wright? How does she know this stuff? And is she just another crazy conspiracy theorist? Jaguar Wright started out as an MC but then started getting into neo-soul music. She was in a few groups until she was discovered by the Roots and they asked her to join their team, being a part of the OK Players collective. Although her name isn't that big when it comes to neo-soul, she did contribute a lot to it. Even if it wasn't with her voice, she penned a lot of music for different artists and did help with the neo-soul image. Erykah Badu is actually her cousin. If you know Erykah Badu, she's literally the biggest known neo-soul artist, and her and Jaguar had a falling out. She's on Jaguar's long list of smoke for people that she has for in the industry.
Fuck Erykah Badu too. Fuck it. Let's do it all. Let's do it all. Fuck her.
What's going on with Erykah Badu?
That bitch is a witch.
Erykah Badu is a witch.
Hell yeah. She a witch.
Allegedly. Well, why would you say that?
She over there casting spells. She done said it herself. Running around selling pussy juice and shit. What the fuck is that shit all about?
Do you know her?
Of course I know her. She my cousin.
Hold on. Whoa. You and Erykah Badu are cousins.
Fourth cousin, once removed on my daddy's side. Her last name is Erica Wright. Sitting up there stuck in the house like Glenda the fucking trying to be Glenda the good witch. She can't never leave that goddamn house. I swear to God, it's a shrine to her.
Interestingly enough, if you know anything about the industry, a lot of people are surprisingly related, keeping things connected. But for a short period of time, Jaguar did become the new it girl in neo-soul. What she's remembered for the most is her affiliation with Jay-Z when she did an MTV Unplugged special. In the special, she showed her vocal talents to the T. Her voice was beautiful. She was so great that Jay-Z even commended her for her voice and how she was able to adapt to so many of his songs live.
Jaguar, she's pretty amazing.
Yeah, voice is incredible, right? Yeah, she's just she's going through so many different songs with me. Like that's not the same person. You know what I'm saying? All those songs are different people at different times, and she's keeping up with all the different voices and sounding beautiful in each one. So doing a great job.
She was featured in the Coca-Cola campaign for soul artists called New Soul, along with the Roots, and dropped a solo debut album, Denials, Delusions, and Decisions. The album did fairly well and was critically received favorably. The critics praised her singing and production for the album. But around the time for her second album, Divorcing Neo to Marry Soul, her label MCA got absorbed by the label Geffen, who shelved her album. She was able to make a deal and get some of her tracks to ship around to a new record label, Artemis Records. The album was then released, but it did okay. It just had some good radio play, but it wasn't a big album overall. Her buzz began to die down also. Although Jaguar was in the industry, she did indulge and began to mentally denounce the things she allegedly witnessed and engaged in, then allegedly was blackballed from the industry. Jaguar grew up having a troubled home life. She did have both her parents, but each had their own toxic habits, with their father and her mother having abusive tendencies.
Were there whoopings in your family?
Oh my God, yeah.
This is the 70s, 80s.
I preferred my dad because daddy was fast and quick justice. Mom liked to drag it out. You know, my mother unsupervised. It wasn't good parenting. She would make us strip down naked and lay on our face down on the floor. And then she'd get a spray bottle and she'd spray us with water. And then she'd get the extension cord and beat the fuck out of us and laugh when we cried. I'll never forget, I had a Norman Bates moment. You remember the Bates Motel where he came in and he killed the bitch in the shower? Ah! My mama done me like that. I didn't wash the dishes, see. She ain't beat me like a normal person. She waited for me to get in the shower for my skin to get soft. And she came in the bathroom and I seen her lurking and she pulled back the curtain and why? Started beating the fuck out of me in that shower. I guess that's part of the reason why I never had a problem with scars. I've always had them. A body without scars, I don't understand. Yeah, my mom was, she used to do mean shit. Like my sister, if she wouldn't wash the dishes and left and the stink started to get stinky and the rag and then the dirty food and all of that, my mom made my sister eat that shit out the drain. And then made her wash down 4 tablespoons of castor oil behind it. Like my mom, her cruelty was some extra shit. She got off on it. But I mean, so the worst had already happened by then. My father was a black troop. People look at Tuskegee and they think that's the only company that happened to. It happened to all the black companies. My father's company, they did psychological warfare testing and training. They had them in an insane asylum for 90 days, locked up, hypnosis, psychedelic drugs, had them doing all kinds of shit in there. My father didn't stop having the night terrors and blacking out until he was about 65. So when Daddy had rough days, it was just rough day. We would come home, the house would be torn to smithereens, and we wouldn't know if we had been robbed or Dad had a bad day, so we would have to sift through everything and see if anything was missing, and if nothing was missing, then we knew we didn't have to call the police, and we just had to clean up and have everything done before Dad got home.
She also had a lot of issues with her sister. Her sister was very cruel to her and used to try and set her up to get beat up.
Sister, as the man of the house, and she gave my dad a hard time. She gave the whole fucking family a hard time. You know?
When you say hard time,
the bitch is crazy.
Are there things you remember as...
I remember everything.
Can you elaborate on one of those times that you felt like this is just hard to deal with?
One?
Just one.
Nigga. Don't make me pick.
Because there's different levels of...
Nah, it's all fucked up. She started putting pillows over my face when I was a baby. And she started setting me up to get beat.
That's not even the worst that has happened to her within her family. She was arred by her sister's fiance. She told her mom and her sister, but they didn't really care. They didn't want Jaguar to mess up the family dynamic and her sister's relationship. She was forced to sing at her sister's wedding even after what he did to her, and accused Jaguar of being jealous of her sister. She ended up contracting STDs from the situation.
Did it all up because I was jealous and not to believe me. That's what my mother and my sister did to me after I was. I contracted the clap and crabs and gonorrhea. I wasn't allowed to go to the hospital. I wasn't allowed to talk to the police. My god brother Keon took me to Planned Parenthood down to CDC, South Philly, on Broad Street so I could be treated for VD and pregnancy, get my HIV test. I went through all that by my fucking self, and my family ain't helped me with shit. And 3 months later, I had to sing at that motherfucking wedding. Smiling with a shit-eating fucking grin. He wasn't smiling because he was happy to get married. He was smiling because he knew in that moment that he'd gotten away with murder and he wasn't never going to go to jail for what he done to me. Fuck you, Janie. I hope you catch something they can't cure. Or maybe somebody the way you mean. Maybe I ought to pay somebody to do it. Maybe I'll finally fucking feel better. I've been gang fucking worse than you, bitch, and you're the only one who haunts me.
Jaguar has dealt with a lot of trauma in her life. She actually has a recorded history of mental health issues from when she was a teenager. She had court-ordered meetings with a psychiatrist because she had a mental break and hit a girl she fought with a brick. She lived a very troubled life, and she has been AR'd at least 10 times in her life. Because her own trauma and what she's been a part of, eventually Jaguar began feeling like she was holding a lot of secrets about the industry. She started off posting on Instagram these conspiracy theories. A lot of outlets wouldn't give her a platform aside from a few people like Tasha K. Since Jaguar began speaking out more, she always emphasized that she was being followed. She moves around a lot and never stays in one place. One of the people she claims was following her was Clive Davis.
Do you have a home that you...
Well, currently right now, we're in another state, so we're in a hotel. Okay. We spend a lot of time in hotels.
Because you spend a lot of time in the car and in hotels.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's typically what people would do if their living situation isn't stable.
True. Or maybe someone's trying to kill you.
But I thought you crazy girl and he your bodyguard. What the hell?
Do you want to tell him or do you want
please, Gerald.
Question to you.
Okay.
Okay.
I've been being followed for the past month and a half.
By who?
Various people. Different places.
If you were to come up missing or dead, if you were to come up missing and dead, who did it? Tell us.
Can't tell you who done it. I can tell you who wanted it. And it will most definitely be Clive Davis.
So you think Clive is looking for you?
Oh, I know he's looking for me. I know he's worried about me. And he should be.
Why?
He should be very worried about me.
Why?
Because I know things about him that he don't want nobody to know. I know things he done.
If you don't know Clive Davis, he's one of the most powerful people in the music industry since the 60s. He's behind the careers of Whitney Houston, Janis Joplin, Alicia Keys, and he's the one who allegedly created Diddy into what he has become as a person. He has allegedly been accused of having a hand in Whitney Houston's death. Shaka Khan came out and said that he had a party the same night Whitney Houston was found dead.
I don't believe that she would have said, the show must go on. Kind of woman that was stop everything. I'm not going to be there. You know, I don't know what could motivate a person to have a party in a building where the person whose life he had influenced so enormously and whose life had been affected by her. So a true tribute, you know, might have been a truer, a more honest tribute from, in my opinion, would have been maybe call everybody together, let's say a prayer, and let's eat dinner and go home. I couldn't get dressed. I was supposed to go to the party. I just got off a plane from Miami at about 5:30. As soon as I hit the tarmac, I found out, I heard, and I couldn't put on makeup. I couldn't get dressed. I couldn't do anything. I was paralyzed. I couldn't do anything.
Jaguar has stated on multiple occasions that the most evil person in the industry is Clive Davis.
Who's the worst celebrity like that you've been around is like the most full of sin? I know no sin is greater, but like just was like, damn, this
Clive Davis.
What a surprise! A full-blown Zionist.
Devil incarnate. Clive Davis. He Janis Joplin. He blackmailed Betty Wright so she wouldn't tell anybody that he Janis Joplin. He killed Whitney Houston.
She has continued to claim that she's been followed and people were trying to kill her, including Tasha K, numerous times. People watching can look at her as either she's crazy and having a mental episode, which some people would frame as a form of PTSD or paranoia, or she's erratic because the people she's speaking about are actually following her because she's speaking too much truth about the industry.
If they hadn't have been so quick to snatch that live. This is what you call beating the grass to find out where the snakes are. I did all that on purpose. I said everything that I said on purpose. I pray to God somebody screen recorded it, because they just got rid of it. I just declared war. I just declared war. Share that shit with everybody. 48 hours, please know that everybody that I spoke about in that live are making plans for me. I made some plans for them too. Y'all see me. I'm not going to talk about it on this live. I cannot talk about the live that I just shared and posted and they instantly snatched down. But I pray to God somebody screen recorded it. Y'all are my witnesses. They've sent somebody to try to come kill me 4 times in the past 2 years. I ain't easy to get. But if I end up getting arrested, I'd rather do it here in Dallas County than anywhere else. Anybody, whoever record, share it now. Share it now. Yeah, I got a YouTube channel. Jaguar Wright Johnson. I would have put it up over there. But they snatched it down. They talking about me right now, I'm telling y'all. Now, when Aaron Carter sat on live and told y'all they was coming to kill him, and then he died, I ain't so easy to catch. And if you catch me, you better catch me off guard. Just know this, you come to my door, you ask for whatever you get. Merry Christmas. Come to my door. You get what you're looking for. Subscribe to Philadelphia TV Network immediately. The next time I'll be talking about any of this, I'll be talking about it and unpacking it thoroughly. All details that I know from personal memory and experience on my channel in my virtual diary. I think I'm going to do a couple of them this week because the truth is, after the shit I just said, if somebody, God willing, screen recorded it, y'all get to find out what it is. I just put my life in jeopardy. I ain't gonna lie, I know it. I know it. They went too far. Clarence Avon, Jacqueline Avon, Kim Porter, Albie Shaw, Heavy D, Andre Harrell, Father MC Baby Mom, Big L, Biggie Smalls, Christopher Wallace, Pimp C, Aaliyah. I pray to God somebody screen recorded that live.
Jaguar has a lot of stories about what she's dealt with in the industry and what she has seen. According to her, she was an enabler and a victim of a lot of the industry antics. She claims she knows her stuff from a lot of the people she associates with. Like the late rapper Big L, who was the person that put Jay-Z on. Apparently she used to mess with him and he would pillow talk to her. She used to travel and go to all the industry parties, so she's seen and witnessed a lot of things. She has also become a victim of the industry. One of the industry conspiracies that has been unveiled is doing things on camera if you want fame and fortune. Doing this means that they have something on you. So if you want to speak up about the things you saw or end up having a guilty conscience, they'd use whatever information they have on you to tarnish your career and diminish your credibility, as we've been seeing now with Diddy, and is one of the reasons his house was raided.
Hey there, I'm Hallie, and tonight we are starting with that dramatic situation happening as we speak in both LA and Miami Beach at the homes of Sean Diddy Combs. You know him as Diddy, formerly Puff Daddy, big-time rapper, big-time producer, big-time superstar, and now the feds at his houses in both locations. This is a live look right now. On the left, that's West Coast, that's LA. On the right, that's Miami Beach.
Jaguar is actually a victim of this and has openly said she was drugged and art on tape.
You're in the industry.
Yeah.
Did they ever say, "If come in this room, Jack"?
Yeah, I was
Let's
told.
get down.
Yeah, I was told.
And you will see some doors open.
I was drugged by a rapper that I knew. I won't say his name and I won't say the name of his group. Really doesn't matter. Nobody remembers them anyway anymore. Shame. They were awesome. They put him on me. He had the camera set up in the room. He drugged me. He did everything he was supposed to do. He just felt guilty about it in the morning. So he gave me the tape. And they got dropped 6 months later from their label. And nobody's ever heard of them again. And they was some dope ass motherfuckers. Shout out to him for that. He ain't had to give me that tape.
Wow. But the fact he recorded it, oh man.
He had to. He had to.
Oof.
It was either that or lose the deal. So he did it, but he gave me the tape.
Wow.
And he lost his deal anyway.
Is that commonplace in the industry?
Absolutely.
A cocktail recording.
Absolutely.
Receipts.
Let me tell you something. Cocaine and champagne. They used to call it the South Beach diet.
Mm.
Like if you ever heard anybody 15 years ago talk about the South Beach diet, it's cocaine and champagne. When I first started staying at the Mondrian, I'll never forget, I was so glad when they stopped bringing it. But when I would get my breakfast tray, they would have cocaine on my tray. They would have weed on my tray. They would have pills on my tray. You know?
Just whatever you partake in.
No. They didn't know. They just put anything on there so you could pick something. I always took the weed. Rest of the shit, I would leave on the tray and I would push it back out to the hall. 15 times my breakfast was served like that.
Wow.
At my $750 room, you know, a night room at the Mondrian on Sunset Boulevard. They stopped sending it because they realized I always sent it back and all I took was the weed.
For some of the women who went through those same things, waited 15 years to talk about it, what are your thoughts to that, to where they didn't talk about it then, but now when lawsuits come up...
Why would they talk about it then?
A lawsuit is a lawsuit. I mean...
But why would they talk about it? That's a good question. Why would they talk about it? Who is there to go to? Who's gonna fucking help them? What HR department do you know of that works for any of these labels?
Yeah.
When have you ever heard of a sexual harassment suit being publicly acknowledged in the entertainment industry at all? Never. Sports? Not in entertainment.
Tupac. Remember that one? That was...
He was the only one.
Yeah.
You saw how that turned out.
Yeah.
No, guilty.
That's why they do it. To make you an example. To remind you what they're willing to do to keep things the way they want them. It's intimidation.
What has really helped Jaguar build this cult following is her revelations about Diddy. She openly spoke about Diddy and his shady ways, maligned his character, and emphasized what people have been saying about him for years.
My focus right now is Sean Combs. He's a sex trafficker. And he's using music and entertainment to sex traffic. He's just an extreme narcissist who loves power. He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. Why? Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people, Andre Well.
Tell us how
who was mentored by Clive Davis. Puff started out as an intern.
Yes,
he was throwing parties with Mark Barnes in Washington, D.C. And then he became an intern at Uptown. Andre got passed over. Like, how do you go from being the president of Uptown and losing your entire company to your intern? If I were to put a label on Puff, I would say that he's the Andy Warhol of hip hop. And he got smart and he listened to all of his advisors, mostly Clive Davis, and he won. Like, he was determined to win. Like, nobody knew how determined he was to win. Like, that whole thing with Father MC, he covered that thing up real fast.
What happened with him and Father MC?
There was a party down at Howard, you know, one of the infamous parties, and they had gotten too big and he didn't have proper security. He didn't have proper permits, and there was a stampede, and Father MC's woman got trampled to death. I heard Puff talking to his interns. The speech that he was giving was probably one of the most disturbing speeches I ever heard an executive give to interns. He said, the objective of Bad Boy is to kill talent. We don't want talented motherfuckers at Bad Boy. Talented motherfuckers think they gotta say. Oh, a talented motherfucker will tell you, I'm gonna turn in my album when I feel like it. He said, but see, if we get people with no talent, and then we make them look like stars, see, we have total control. Because without us, they can't be the shit. Oh. He said, that's how we're gonna run this label, and we're gonna run these motherfuckers into the ground, and I'm gonna make all of you rich. And that was his fucking pep talk at the Kit Kat Club in 1996 to his interns, who are now mostly executives at Bad Boy.
So that explains making the band, bringing unknowns, not paying them, dragging, you know, damn Mitch. That explains that. We get one album, never see him again.
Sean Combs is maniacal, but he's effective at his tools. He messed with all of their lives. All of them. All for the optics, all for the glory of Bad Boy. A label that did nothing but destroy artists and groups.
Yes, talk about
it. And he's still making money to this day off of all of their catalog.
Did he treat his women the same way he treated his artists? Is the question.
He treats his women worse.
Diddy's Bad Boy politics and his extracurriculars with Cassie and Carisha have been exposed. Cassie's lawsuit brought the ripple effect for everything to come to light that aligned with what Jaguar has been saying. The deaths surrounding Diddy, to the freak-offs, to Carisha being upset about the $500K monthly allowance being dropped to $250 because of her alleged escorting. It's a lot that's been coming out. Everything has been coming full circle in the downfall of Diddy, and Jaguar played a helping hand.
Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. It's too many coincidences. Congratulations, Young Miami. Run as fast as Cassie did. Has anybody asked themselves about that shit? She quit because he dropped her down. What the fuck is going on in that relationship that $250K ain't enough? There's got to be some dark shit. That's how he operates. He has people followed. He has people watched. People are not understanding that girl quit $250K. 4 million every quarter. Well, I'm sorry, $1 million every quarter. I feel bad for the kids. But their father is the fucking devil.
She also makes a ton of allegations that makes people question, how does she know this information and how is she able to make such bold statements? She's been able to call out names of people in the industry that don't get negative press because of how powerful they truly are, like Beyonce and Jay-Z. A lot of people have respect for her because some platforms aren't even willing to pick up negative stories on certain celebrities because of the potential fear of what could happen to their career. And because she hasn't been sued or nobody has come out to denounce her allegations, people look at it as her being a credible source since there's no backlash.
The last question. I asked you to do this earlier, but I just want you to do it even more, go detailed. What do you predict will happen next in the future? You know, it's like you see it before it happens.
Kathy White's true killer is going to be unveiled. And it's not a man. And that woman died screaming.
Anything else?
Yeah. Show him the tape, Diddy. You got it.
Oh, man.
That might buy you a little time. You should probably stop looking for plastic surgeons.
Man.
Looking for a new life, new face. We're going to hang you high, bitch. Jay-Z too. Beyonce too. And we're going to round up all the fans. See, I love a good gay man. I just can't stand him. And that's what it is.
With that being
You
said,
want to know what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
I'm about to f up America.
Oh.
That's what's about to happen next.
Here we go.
No more filter. From this point forward, any word that I say, I ain't holding back. And I ain't saying alleged either. Y'all said I was lying the first time. Now it turns out I'm telling the truth. You still don't want to admit that I was right, but you don't want to admit that you was wrong. So really, then the diplomacy doesn't matter. Fuck you. I'm going to just keep ruining your lives with the truth.
And here we go.
After she started making some serious allegations, that's when she started getting arrested. She would get arrested on live for seemingly minuscule things.
Hello? Are you looking for me, officer? I'm in the middle of a live broadcast. My name is Jacqueline Suzette Johnson.
Okay, yeah, you're here to look for.
And why are you looking for me, officer?
There's a warrant for you out of Mesquite, Texas.
There's a warrant out of Mesquite, Texas?
Yes,
I never lived in Mesquite, Texas.
I don't know if you live there or not, that's what the warrant's for.
1977. I've been being stalked online all day.
Okay, well, right now, I'm just going to advise you, right? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be.
Oh, by the way, hold on. They're reading me my rights.
Do you have your ID on you?
No. My wallet is in my hotel room with my son and my mother who have been being harassed online all day.
Okay.
By the way, King World 2020 has been harassing us all day long, hunting us for the past 2 weeks. I've been being followed. I no longer live in Texas. I live here. Okay. I just got off the phone with the DeSoto police, and they said they don't have no warrant out for my arrest.
You're in NCIC, okay?
What is that? What is NCIC?
National Criminal Information Center.
Okay, and what does that mean?
It means that you're wanting full extradition anywhere in the state.
For a Class C misdemeanor? That's what I was charged with. Okay, guys, I think I have to go because I think they're going to arrest me now. Bye.
The other side of these situations, she's acting extremely unstable where she's screaming and throwing her son's ashes on people and herself. Jaguar was arrested for a domestic dispute with her husband. Jaguar became affiliated with the cult Carbonation, formerly known as Melanation and Etherians. The cult is led by Nature Boy, who has since been arrested for false imprisonment, and a bunch of abuse charges. Since the cult has disbanded, former members including Solar has connected with Jaguar, but it somehow led to a huge blowout between her marriage.
Oh my son! Mother, you fuckers! You fuck street bitches! I promise you! I promise all of you!
I can drive.
No, don't drive.
I'm driving.
Can you drive into the spot and we just park and talk? Please.
Oh, my son. Oh, my son.
Please, I know you want to drive.
Oh, my dear son. Oh, my dear son. Oh, my son. Oh, my son.
But God's
they're
people.
all.
No,
They're all.
Look at me. Look at me. Life and love. Only. No bad juju. No bad voodoo. You love them.
Fuck you.
You love them.
You are.
Stop. You love them. They've had your back time.
No, they haven't. They never had my back.
They don't know what's going on.
They never had my back.
He told me how much he wants to protect you.
They never had my back. Nobody up.
Listen to me.
I got my back. Get in the car! Get in the car. Get in the fucking car.
I love you, Jay. And I have to tell you the truth.
Do you got your phone?
No.
Do you got your phone?
No.
Get your phone and get in the car.
Wait right here.
I swear to God, if it takes you more than 2 minutes, if it takes you more than 2 minutes to I'm gonna get your phone. You put your hands on my phone.
Here, wait right here.
Now, give him his phone. Give him his motherfucking phone. Give my nephew his motherfucking phone. Sorry, y'all. I think I need to call the cops. Fucking give him his phone, Bobby.
She came up here and assaulted me while I was at a fucking barbershop. Her and fucking goddamn me, Solar, came to the barbershop where I was sitting there resting in peace after the fucking cops was called on me. Fucking bruised me and fucking assaulted me. Come up here acting a fucking fool. Throwing Giovanni's ashes out the car, calling niggas bitches and hoes. Come here acting a fucking donkey. Didn't fucking leave. And somebody else called the cops on her. Somebody else called the cops on her. I can't calm her down. I can't calm her down. They came up here and assaulted me. Her and motherfucking me, Solar, came up here and assaulted me at the motherfucking barbershop. I never called the laws on my wife. She did this to herself. Hanging out with that motherfucker nigga in the back of that motherfucking car. Solar, fucking motherfucking sex cultists. Talking about I love you, I love you. They fucking drinking and everything. They both fucking drunk as fuck. Fucking doing fucking lives and shit with motherfucking King Payne. Talking about me, I put guns and shit out. I didn't put no gun on her. She didn't tell y'all the truth. She grabbed that motherfucker and said she should shoot me in the motherfucking head. She get the shit over with because I ain't worth shit to her. I ain't worth shit to her, huh? No value, huh? And you do me like this? Right with that motherfucker? Got you involved in this shit? What the fuck, bro? You tripping. Now both y'all niggas locked up, you beating yourself up in the goddamn cop car. Now you leaving. What the fuck, babe? Y'all pray for her. Please pray for her. Please pray for her. Please, please. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck to say, my nigga. I don't know why she did this shit, bro. I came up here to chill. I came up here to get a peace of mind, to get away from that shit from what happened to me last night. I could have died last night. The cops out there had a gun in my hand. Another cop had to tell everybody it's his fucking phone. Stand down.
Y'all gonna look at that as condescending and sad, but that's called reality. And if you're his friend, and you're like, oh no, he ain't gonna talk about him like that. Well, help him. Help him get help. Help him stop beating women so we don't have to do this shit no more. Help him stop being toxic as fuck, trying to push away everybody that's around this woman. I'm too strong to be pushed away by him. That's why I'm here now, still. Because your lack of control, your lack of connection to God is not going to separate me from my work.
Jag was admitted to a psych ward and released, and she acknowledged the importance of mental health, then told people to mind their business on her marriage. She did end up revealing her association to Solar during another interview.
Get it straight. Let me get it all the way straight so it can stay straight forever. This is a real marriage. I married this nigga without a prenup. This ain't no Will and Jada shit. So I could talk about a couple other marriages, but I'm going to leave it right there.
We got real issues. This is where I was. Sometimes it goes a certain way in life. Now, I didn't want to take a minute. You know what I mean? The minute got thrown on me. But I realized while I was there, I needed that time. We needed that time away. You know, mental health is real. And mental health care is the most important health care. Because if the mind ain't right, the body can't be right. And if the body can't be right, that means the soul is interrupted. When you start paying all our bills, you can have a say. But until my bills paid by somebody outside of this, you can suck my. And I'm not talking about the one between my legs. I'm talking about the one I'm going to buy specifically for you to suck.
And speaking of religion and what...
Oh, yeah. Solar and Velvet.
Yeah, because I'm just curious. Because
God came to me and asked me to minister to these people.
Which is good.
They're married.
Which is good.
I found them a preacher in a church.
I met Solar and Velvet, and they seemed like they were on a righteous path from the 5 minutes I met them.
Listen to me. What that nature did.
Yeah,
right. He was telling me.
That shit.
I ain't gonna lie, but Solar said, he told me, he said, yeah, nature was, but he said, I was behind it though. He was the carbonation.
Listen to me.
Ringleader.
I don't want to have nothing.
He told me the same thing about that
with
too.
none of that carbonation. I only deal with the carbon island.
There you go.
And the carbon island is the refugees
that left.
And that left the carbonation, and I want to help them.
Her son Sam ended up coming out and revealing that Solar and some others may have casted a spell on Jaguar that caused her to react the way she did.
From what I hear, this entire thing started after they were, after they went to a restaurant in Louisiana that me and my mom went to a lot in the past to celebrate a break of 1 million views and all the people getting on board with the company.
Yeah.
And from there, stepdad told me all that was what had gone on board. And from what I hear, and I'm willing to not doubt in the supernatural. Solar, either Solar or two other people who were there at the restaurant who were on their way out. There was some chanting that was going on between them, and they'd attempted to effectively take a hold of my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Then she was arrested again.
I want to know who paid the fucking judge to put me in the hospital when I died. What are you doing?
Jaguar's past has been the motivator to why she does what she does now, according to her. She has been helping the victims of SA and R who have been to Epstein's Island. The story she tells about the girls she has aided coincides from what we heard is done to these girls via movies or media coverage. These girls are allegedly placed in the spotlight holding positions as video vixens, but these are momentary gains for what they really go through behind the scenes.
There are 3 women I know right now in my life. They've been in my life for 6 years. I got them off of Epstein Island. I cannot say where they are in the world. What I can say is when they got into the boat, they were roughed. Want to know how they ended up on Epstein Island? They auditioned to be models for music videos.
Oh, casting couch.
When they got to Miami, they had to show and turn over their ID, and they collected their passports. And then the next thing you know, they were in a storage container getting by a bunch of weird strangers on camera who were bidding for all of the terrible things that were happening to them live online. After they made it through that, that's when they were sent to Rick Ross's music videos as groupies and extras to make sure that they could walk around in society without looking like victims.
Jaguar being a victim herself and dealing with the trauma from her past and present. According to her, she was around when girls were getting abused and she didn't do anything about it. She even participated herself until she realized this is not who she is. So eventually she became someone that helped girls who were facing that reality. But again, we as viewers can't discredit who she may or may not be helping. What causes people to not believe everything Jaguar says is the fact that she seems to take conspiracy theories and exaggerate them. She embellishes some stories and adds layers to them. Her time in the industry was pretty short, so she may know a few things, but everything else she says does not coincide with now. Because her time in the industry was over 20 years ago, she may still know people that pillow talk or she pays for info, but what's the end goal for some of these stories?
So then after that, we run into Bigfoot from Nicki Minaj. Did you hear Bigfoot?
I mean, I already know Megan done ate Onika box.
Oh,
I seen the video. I seen the video.
Oh, Jag.
Megan ate the Onika box for the 16 feature. I seen the video. She done it at the house where Zoo lives.
No.
And then and she moved out with
No.
the Papa Bear.
No.
Yeah. Look, pass me the sage. I seen that shit.
It was a cover-up for an aggressive, corporate, hostile takeover. Rock Nation moving the Prince family out of power in Houston and claiming Megan Thee Stallion. Who allegedly would have said anything to keep Tory Lanez from telling people that she ain't no woman.
You saying Meg Thee Stallion is a transgender?
I'm saying that a stallion is a male horse and a mare is a female horse. I'm saying, what kind of black woman would work so hard to put an innocent black man in jail for a crime he didn't commit unless she was terrified about what he may say? You were the star, Kelsey was just your attaché. Yet he seemed to be interested more in Kelsey than he was in you, and you had a big problem with that. Maybe he just liked real.
Mind you, there's pictures of Megan as a baby throughout high school and as a girl turned woman. They said the same thing about Sierra 20 years ago when she popped out. Some of this stuff is just like clockwork. I don't think people have a problem listening to Jaguar stories. I think Jaguar holds truth. I can compare her to someone like Jean Deal, who is doing the same thing as her, embellishing stories from what they've seen and heard. What differentiates the two is Jean stays in a specific lane, which is based on who he was around the most, which is Diddy. Jaguar, on the other hand, tells stories about everybody in the industry, new and old, about people she's probably never met. And the people who interview her don't ever ask her any real questions that can get to the root of what she's talking about. She's able to take control of the interview, and the people interviewing her are astonished by everything she says. They gasp in awe as if she just dropped a prophecy without any follow-ups that can prove some of her credibility. The industry is very weird, and everybody and their mama can acknowledge that. With all the stuff that has been coming out about the backstabbing, money-hungry, greedy, power-driven people that has taken control, and their terror is slowly diminishing, some of what she's speaking of has levels of truth to it. What makes Jaguar even more interesting is her arrest. As far-fetched as that may sound, she keeps getting arrested but not charged with anything. Instead, they place her in psych wards. They've done the same to Cat Williams over the past decade a few times. Jag seemingly knows information. She'll tell you what has happened, where it happened, on the day it happened, but won't actually present said evidence to a court system. It's like she holds on to information for collateral. She was recently arrested for issues with a moving truck and bonded out by real-life street stars, and this was a response after.
So just to give you a quick update on Jaguar Wright, Jaguar Wright is out. What people are failing to realize is that Jaguar have people stepping behind her. As per the real-life Joker from the real-life street stars, he was on his way to go get Jaguar Wright. While he was on his way to pick up Jaguar Wright, he let it be known that somebody tried to set up Jag. So somebody is working overtime to get her silenced. And they pretty much set her up, which got her caught up and got her locked up. But the big homie is out. There was also mentions of Tasha K, and I don't really know too much about that, but I'm sure Jag gonna spill the tea when she get the chance to. So according to Real Life Street Stars, they went stepping behind Jaguar Wright and they made sure her bond was available. But it said that the bail bond company, something with Cowboys, was being really messy, so they had to move around and go to another bail bonds company. All the documents the prior bail bonds company was requiring from the Real Life Street Stars, when they went to the other bail bonds company, they told the Real Life Street Stars, you don't even need all of that. Just sign right here, and she's good. Real Life Joker said that when he got the phone call, they were saying that they still couldn't release Jaguar Wright. They were saying that she had a prior bond and she had to see the judge, and that wouldn't have been till the 13th of June. So Real Life Street Stars said, we not doing that.
All right, so as y'all saw yesterday, the Mavs was on. I was trying to get Jaguar out. I said she'll be out by dinner time, to be able to go watch a Netflix movie, watch the Mavs game. That was supposed to happen, but that did not happen. Jaguar Wright, her bond was sent. Real Life, we sent the money to pay it. It was paid, but then I don't want to give no credit to Cowboy bail bond because y'all don't mess with Cowboy. Cowboy would not clear it because the people that we had in place to get her out, shout out Odell, shout out everybody who said to get her out, everything was in place. We even had a cousin call to get to co-sign her bond, and they didn't let the cousin co-sign. They said it sounded fishy, so they would not let us get her out based on what information we had. So and the money was already paid. So after that, we're like, all right, we're gonna just go to another bail bond, and they're like, we're not gonna technically give your money back till another 3 days. So the money we paid to get her out, we couldn't even get that back. We had to wait 3 days, so we had to go to another bail. That's Cowboy bail bond. We're not messing with Cowboy bail bond. We're not messing with. But I do want to shout out to the Johnny Cochran law firm because they're actually on it right now. So we go across the street, we go to AAA bail bond, whatever it's called, All Star bail bond. I know it starts with A, it's right across the street. They help us out immediately. They say, hey, you don't need none of that, man. Just sign this, pay this, and she's out. So we did that. We signed it. We paid it. They said give it a couple of hours. She will be out. So we're waiting to 12, 1, 3 o'clock, and 4 o'clock this morning. They tell us that Jaguar Wright cannot get out. Insufficient is what the word they use. So somebody tell me what an insufficient bond is, whatever that means. So I guess she had another bond from another situation that it was an insufficient bond. And they said that she has to see the judge on that one. That was at 4 in the morning. Mind you, we're working on this 24 hours. We're trying to get her out as soon as possible. We do not want Jaguar Wright at Loose Derrick North Tower. We want her outside in these streets to do what she wants to do and speak her truth. They tell us that she has no bond, so she has to see the judge to see what the bond may be. Could be $2,500, maybe. We'll see. They come back at 10 in the morning saying that, and mind you, one of our assistants called out to the bond people. They're saying there is no bond. Jaguar Wright cannot get out until June 13th, 9 a.m. is when her court date is set. That's next week, Thursday. She has no bond until then. She will not be out until June 13th, 9 a.m. next week. So I get that news, and I say, hell no. Let me call my lawyer friend. Let me make sure, and I'm looking for DA numbers and everything. So I call my lawyer friend with the Johnny Cochran law firm. Again, y'all make sure y'all holler at the Johnny Cochran law firm. They are the shit. They are legit. Don't only do this, we charge more than $10,000. But as a favor from, and shout out Heidi, because Heidi put all this together. As a favor to you guys from Heidi, because I've worked with her for a while, I want to make sure that I take care of this, and it'll be pro bono. If anything, I'll send y'all a bill for an hourly rate, but we do want to work with that. So he's like, I'm going to send somebody up there right now. We will not go with a no bond. I'm going to see if we get that no bond revoked or released or dropped, whatever. And technically, that no bond is dropped. She can get out. She get out. So he said, give me about 20 minutes. Just as a few minutes ago, we get a phone call saying the bond has been lifted or dropped. The no bond, we killed that, and Jaguar Wright will be released in the next couple of minutes.
What's crazy is I bet they didn't think anybody was going to be stepping behind Jag, but the real life.
Everywhere I go.
Dallas needs a TMZ.
Yeah.
Do they put you with everyone, or they put you in protective?
I was in protective custody. Actually, not protective custody. I was put in crisis.
Ooh.
Even in protective custody, you can make a phone call if you need to. But see, in crisis, in the suicide ward, there's no communication. No phone, no nothing. No privileges, no nothing.
Welcome to my world. Shout out, Ange.
So, all that being said, no. After I told everybody about how I had footage of the DA having sex at 29 years of age at a Clinton fundraiser here in Dallas with a 14-year-old girl that's now a grown woman who they have in the state psych hospital. So none of her evidence has to go on record. They started getting a little touchy.
Oh.
And then when I started reminding them that I still had a list of all of the guards who had sex with prisoners for money in commissary, yeah.
You're worse than Diddy.
Okay, there you go, Ann. Well, I'm not worse than Diddy. I have a memory.
There's two sides to everything, and Jaguar's depiction is based on whoever's listening. You can depict her as someone who is speaking the truth about Hollywood, who wants to advocate for people who don't have a voice, because she does speak on the state of the music industry and how it enables people to make music based off impulses instead of feeling, because she was a neo-soul artist. Or someone who's short a few screws and loves the attention from the media. I'm gonna leave it for you to decide. Let me know what you guys think down below and make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Toodles!